local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Well, good morning and welcome into the new Lloydminster Nissan. We have Terra and Kelly Sidoryk from KT & Company here, and we're going to be chatting about Emerge 2025, which is coming up on November the 20th. We're also going to introduce you to Ian Hill, who is a mental health advocate, and he'll be leading the Empowering Minds Supper on November 17th at the Lloydminster Exhibition. It is a free event. We'll talk more about that in a bit. It's not just a name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has 2 locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your big blue jugs a whole lot quicker and easier. And if you want great tasting water right from your tap, call Superior Water and ask about their under the sink reverse osmosis systems. 780-875-6636. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste, and after all, it is Superior Water. Open on 57th Avenue, Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 5. Plus, they have a coin-operated location right by 7-Eleven, just off Highway 17 South. Watch our social media pages later today as we head out to deliver cupcakes to a group of caregivers here in Lloydminster. We'll do that this afternoon. Cupcakes for Caregivers is brought to you by Sobeys Lloydminster and Umbrella Marketing and Design. And a reminder that you can nominate a caregiver or caregivers, and all you have to do is email livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. Tell us about them. We welcome all submissions for professionals and, of course, your family members as well. Well, I'm wearing the poppy tie today. I wanted to remind myself that Saturday is Poppy Day here in Lloydminster and across the country. So the Lloydminster Legion will be out. The cadets will be out, and they've got poppies. So grab your poppy, put it on starting on Saturday. Although I can tell you I've seen the mayor several times in the last 2 weeks, and he's been wearing his poppy for quite a while now. You can always wear your poppy anytime you want, but particularly on Saturday, you can pick those up. I'll be heading out with Heather as members of the Legion. We like to do that. We'll be out 11:30 to 1:30, giving the cadets a little bit of a break. It's going to be a busy weekend. There's 2 shows happening at the Gold Horse Casino this weekend with the Border City Card Show and the Home Business Expo, both taking place. Saturday, the Border City Card Show offers you the chance to collect hockey cards and Pokemon cards, as well as other cards and some great memorabilia. And Chris Brinklow told us that it's also going to be a fundraiser.
There'll be a Magic the Gathering tournament taking place that Border City Games is putting on. They did this last March, and the funds from their show, from their tournament, is going to Alberta Boobs. And every show, they always raise money for Alberta Boobs, and they're quite gracious givers and donators to that. Our show itself at the door, proceeds of the door will be going to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Lloydminster. So we'll be donating proceeds of that as well.
The doors for the Border City Card Show are open from 11 to 4, and the entry is just $5 a person, $2 for children. Saturday, we'll be live at the Home Expo Show, and that's the Home Business Expo, and that runs from 10 until 4 with admission just $2 a person and $5 for all families. November is Family Violence Prevention Month, and the Spark Foundation will be lighting up the city purple with the help of some local businesses. Patty Milthorpe told us that they will host a kickoff event Monday, November 3rd at Brass and Threads, formerly the Interval Store.
The mayor is coming. Our CEO, Angela, will be saying something, and we're going to have hot chocolate there with all the fixings and some goodies probably, and coffee. And we just want, when we're done, we're going to light everything up purple. The mall has stepped up to light up the mall purple, as well as home hardware. They're going to light up Synergy Credit Union. So yeah, we have community businesses that are lighting up as well to show their support.
That kickoff is at 10 a.m. on Monday. And it's a busy weekend at the Marsden Hall. This Saturday is the Marsden Christmas Preview. That runs from 10 to 3. There'll be plenty of vendors. Lunch will also be available. And there's pictures with Santa as well. And Sunday is the Marsden Annual Fall Supper. Runs from 5 to 7 with turkey and all the fixins. Adults $20, ages 6 to 19 $15, and free for 5 and under. And once again, both of those events take place at the Marsden Hall. Time now for Live in Lloydminster, your ticket to all things entertainment in the Border City, brought to you by the Vic Juba Theatre and May Cinema 6.
We're here with Tanis Heinz at Tanis. The Vic Juba Theatre continues to be a very busy place this November.
It sure is, Kurt. White Orchid Promotions presents Shania and Friends Tuesday, November 4th. Not only is this a family fun tribute to Shania Twain, but you'll also be treated to a night of some of the greatest country music of all time. It's sure to be an unforgettable night. Then on Wednesday, November 5th, Packet Productions presents the Zachary Stevenson's tribute to Buddy Holly. It's an incredible night of rock and roll with the Rock and Royals Band playing all the hits, including Peggy Sue, That'll Be the Day, and Ray Vaughan. Tickets are $64, and you'll see one of the best Buddy Holly impersonators ever.
The Lloydminster Regional Theatre Foundation invites you to a celebration of local arts.
November 14th will be a spectacular evening of music, dance, theater, and more here at the Vic Juba Community Theatre, featuring 12 amazing local artists and groups. Tickets are only $25, and the evening supports essential upgrades to our community theatre. The Dr. H.A. McDonald season presents the James Barker Band on their Bud Light Buckle Up Tour November 19th, with opening act Ryan and Rory. Tickets are $68, and it's going to be a night of high-energy country hits.
And you may be asking yourself, why is there a vehicle on the Ulmer Chev stage at the Vic Juba Community Theatre? Well, that's because Ulmer Cadillac is holding a private event here at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. And the Vic Juba Community Theatre is always open to private events. So Amanda Koopa joins us now. Amanda, why did Ulmer Cadillac decide to hold their event here on the Ulmer Chev stage?
Well, we've always been a huge supporter of the arts locally, and Vic Juba brings in all kinds of arts, whether it's local dancers, local musicians, to just all kinds of great performative, creative people. And we just love Vic Juba. They make it so easy they open the facility to me to decorate. They grant all my requests. They're just, they've always been really good to us. We've been doing it for a few years now, and there's nowhere else. In my opinion, it's a beautiful facility. There's so many great reasons to host an event here.
And you can book your event by reaching out to the Vic Juba Theatre at 780-872-7400 or just visit vicjubatheatre.ca. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, Kurt.
Thank you.
And now playing at May Cinema 6 is the very popular Regretting You. The movie's based on the best-selling book. When a devastating accident reveals a shocking betrayal, Morgan Grant and her daughter Clara explore what's left behind as they confront family secrets and rediscover each other in the aftermath of the tragedy. Regretting You, now playing at May Cinema 6. Also showing at May Cinema 6, Black Phone 2, Roof Man, Chainsaw Man the Movie, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, Good Fortune, Gabby's Dollhouse the Movie, and through the weekend, K-Pop Demon Hunters, a sing-along event. There's also weekend matinees of The Bad Guys 2. Go to maytheaters.com for tickets and showtimes for all upcoming movies, including Regretting You. Live in Lloydminster is brought to you by the Vic Juba Theatre and May Cinema 6. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and they'll help you get your life back. 1-833-246-8326. BioClean Disaster Services is your local restoration company. They're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company. Taking care of your belongings and your property, of course, is a priority, but more than anything, it's taking care of you and your family. BioClean Disaster Services, 1-833-246-8326. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to learn more about Emerge 2025.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
Welcome to Wellings of Lloydminster, a community of ageless explorers. At Wellings, age is just a number, and adventure is always part of the day. Come experience care freedom living at Wellings of Lloydminster, where adults 55 plus enjoy a vibrant, stress-free way of life with a whole lot of fun. Stop in and say hello to General Manager Nicole at 7211 72nd Avenue on the Alberta side, and visit wellingsoflloydminster.com for more. Wellings of Lloydminster, care freedom living starts here. We welcome you back inside the new Lloydminster Nissan. We have Terra Weaver here and Kelly Sidoryk are here from KT & Co. And they're here to talk to us about Emerge 2025. Thank you, ladies. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
For sure.
Second annual.
Second annual.
Last year was a good year, a good first year,
Yeah.
a good first run. And what did you learn from Emerge 2024?
Ooh, the tricky questions right off the start. What did we learn? I think, go ahead. You go ahead.
I think the fact that, you know, as some will know, Terra and I, for going to be the 15th Inspiring Women's Conference in February that we host in Lloydminster. And for so long, when we'd seen the success and growth with that, it was the piece of looking at each other and saying, well, you know, ag is our home turf. So, and having other people say, well, why aren't you doing a Women in Ag event? So after a little bit of procrastination, we decided let's just do it. And we had some good support with sponsors, as we do again this year, and thought, yeah, this just feels like the right space for us to be in. And I think we totally learned that we're bang on that.
Yeah, it's a very comfortable place for us. We feel like we're in our element with the Women in Ag conference for sure. Yeah, and just support from the community has been very, very helpful to keep that going.
What I love about the Inspiring Women, that conference in February, and this one is when I look at your guests, I know them. They're local people. Like, you don't have to look very far to get your experts, do you?
Not even a little bit. And I think that's one of the things that Terra and I both value and has always been an important part of it is exactly that, Kurt. We have a wealth of knowledge, experience, and all of that within our own community. And we should be showcasing and celebrating that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to go looking very far to find an expert in, you know, the thing that you're trying to achieve or the thing you're trying to accomplish. There are mentors and people who are very skilled at so many things in our community. So why not highlight that, right?
So many women grow up on the farm in the area, and they're leading the way. Like they're actually changing a lot of what's done. I go out there with meals in the fields all the time, and I see it all the time. You know, farms are we're getting a caterer now to do our meal because we need mom doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mom is busy doing this with us, so it's easier to get a caterer because mom knows what she's doing here. You know?
And you touched on two things with that. So many people grew up on the farm and now are continuing to be instrumental in that way. And many people didn't like me. And so some of us have come from town and adopted farm life and found a spot for ourselves there as well, you know. And mom cooking the meals is still instrumental, just in the same way as mom driving the combine.
Oh, yeah,
so, you know,
absolutely.
it's a place to lift people up no matter what your role is in agriculture and no matter how you got there. It's kind of, there is a place for everyone, and it requires such a broad skill set that so many of us do find a spot there.
Yeah, well, how many hours?
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
breakfast, lunch, dinner, you turn around, do it all again.
Yeah.
Right away. But there's so much knowledge there, and we're seeing so many women in business too, in
Yes.
agriculture business, not just on the farm, but in the business of agriculture as well.
For sure. And I think an interesting piece is the opportunities that there are. And we think about this from the succession piece as well. But the different enterprises that I'm really interested in, you can adapt your operation to have a niche for that. Or maybe it's the showcase one, but then also as younger people come in too, or if there is people in any capacity that are maybe having a part-time role somewhere else, there's so many opportunities to really follow your passion and your expertise in agriculture. And I don't know if other industries are like that.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. So who are I know there's panelists and speakers and different things happening. So why don't we go there?
Sure. The day begins with a panel of 3 local women in agriculture. On the panel this year, we have Rebecca Creech-Young. So Rebecca she was born into a purebred operation north of Lloydminster, Hill 70 Quantock, and she now farms and ranches with her husband Lane. Rebecca also has a job. She's continuing her career with Zoetis Animal Health. So she'll be on the panel. We have Dr. Joan Wheat-Hozak. And so Joan ranches with her husband. Now I'm going to forget his name. Justin, thank you. Sorry, Justin. Oh, I'm going to hear about it. On Hanging H Ranch near Marwayne, and they have 3 small kids. They ranch, and she is also the orthopedic surgeon in Lloydminster, so she's got some good stories to tell. And we have Deb George, who, if you've met Deb, she is such a character. She's great. She and her husband Marv and their 2 sons farm also near Marwayne. And Deb was also the x-ray tech, or an x-ray person anyways, at the Lloydminster Hospital. Doing all of this, she woke up one night and thought, you know what, I'm tired of Marv's wet clothes when he's calving cows. So she created a whole new side business called Splasher Wetsuits. And I worked in both vet clinics in Lloyd, and we used them. They work so well. So she created a whole different side business. So she has her wetsuits, she's a farmer, and she's x-ray in Lloydminster Hospital. And so she's a hoot, and she'll be on the panel as well. The panel is moderated by Billie Jean Miller, who's a local author. I think that covers the panel. What am I forgetting?
No, AFSC is supporting and
Yeah.
sponsoring that part of the day.
The stories will be fantastic, I'm sure.
I didn't know that about Deb. I mean, I don't know the George as well. I know that she's the most famous George there is.
Yes.
Of course,
But
of course.
I didn't know she created that. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I know she runs operations too.
She
right?
totally
She's
runs
involved.
operations.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the panelists.
That's the
Yeah.
panel.
Yes.
That's the panelists.
And then as we offer at our Inspiring Women's Conference, not to keep repeating that, but we then have breakout sessions. And so we're trying to have a diverse offering. And those run twice, once before lunch and then once again after. And there's going to be 3 of them. So you actually can only attend 2 of them. So we have Naomi Dara. She's an agronomist with Co-op. So she's going to be focusing on the crop production end of things. Then we also have Deanne Chuko, her and her husband ranch north of St. Walburg, and she's very active in the day-to-day operations also. So she's going to share some of their experiences with, business management, grazing, and very interestingly, they are running a virtual fencing trial. And they're having quite a bit of success with it. To hear more about how that's working, the animals wear collars, and she gets up in the morning, I've been with her, and looks at her computer, and she can see where the cattle are, and she just electronically sets up the fences. It's really fascinating and innovative. And then also, Sheila Phillips from the Paradise Hill area, her and her husband Dave had Paradise Hill. It was farm supply back then for many, many years. She's well experienced in all areas of agriculture, and she's really done some learning of late to pursue the interconnectedness. So looking at the soil health, looking at the plant health, animals, and how it all connects with our own human health. She's a wealth of knowledge, and we're really excited about that. Do you want to talk about?
Well, sure, I can try. Many people know Wendy Plandowski. She is going to run she calls it a fun, lighthearted session with the whole group. So this will be after the breakout sessions are done. And her session is going to be focused on, I guess you could call it imposter syndrome, which I think everybody experiences at some point in their life. And I think agriculture is no different. Sometimes you just kind of feel like, oh, I don't know, is this where I should be? Do I belong here? And so we're going to discuss that. It's going to be interactive. I always hesitate to say that because some people hear interactive and no thanks, I don't want to be. It's going to be lighthearted. It's going to be something that if you want to participate in, you can. And so she's going to be talking about that, just kind of things that she has found herself, situations she's found herself in, and how we can kind of push ourselves past imposter syndrome and know that we do belong in agriculture, know that there is a place for us here.
You mentioned the breakout sessions and it being the same as kind of inspiring women, but if something works, why not use the pattern?
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with all these guest speakers, I know you also have some major sponsors as well.
Yes.
Yes, and so we're very thankful for FCC is a supporter. The Lloydminster Co-op is as well. I already mentioned AFSC, they're the panel sponsor. CFGA, which is the acronym for the Canadian Forage and Grasslands Association. Synergy Credit Union is our registration sponsor. And then we also have those that participate as coffee, NFP, Vical Ag, the County of Vermilion River, Horizon Ag, and Allison Weaver, Her Story are all participating and helping us out through the day. One other piece that we just going back to talking about our speakers is we haven't mentioned our keynote yet.
Yes, I was just looking at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The keynote speaker is Andrea Strovi-Sawa, and she's actually from Tabor, Alberta, and she owns and manages, along with her family, Shipwheel Feeders. And so they are really doing a lot of pioneering moves in the feedlot industry with the areas of animal health and welfare and managing all of that. They also have a significant grazing operation where they're being leaders in that, innovative. They have an on-farm store called the Green Mercantile where they're offering different local products. You know, she's very active, like I say, running the operation. She's also a mom. She's active in community organizations. She's involved on the National Cattle Feeders Association board and quite involved with the Canadian Roundtable for Sustainable Beef. So it's really amazing all of the roles she's playing and the significant impact she is having for as a woman in ag.
When does she have time to live?
Right?
Right?
And come and spend a day with us.
Yes,
Yeah, we're
yes.
really happy
And you
about
could
that.
say that about a lot of these ladies.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like, when do they have time? My
Yes.
goodness. Like it's 2, 3 things, 4 things on the go. Like, man, I'm lucky
You make
if
the
I can
time
get
for the
home
things
for
you wanna
lunch.
do. Yeah.
Yes. And also we should mention that Heather Price is back as our MC, and of course she has a strong connection in agriculture too. So we love the fit that
Absolutely.
happens there for sure.
Oh, you're winning me over, Callie, calling her Heather Price.
That's what my notes are saying.
She'll probably call herself Heather Clagus on stage. Don't buy it. She's a
She's Heather
Price.
Price.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, tickets.
Tickets are on sale. They're on Eventbrite. They are $115. We also have a student rate, which I believe is $75. I hope I'm not telling that incorrectly, but I'm quite sure that that's right. So if you're a student and you want to come and join us, we have a discounted rate. They're on sale. We're about half sold out already, and we have a month left to go. So I would say probably don't wait too long. We are staying in the Prairie Rooms this year, which is a little bit of a smaller venue than the big convention center. So our tickets are capped. So we'll have to make sure we keep an eye on that. But I believe that it will sell out.
Who should come?
Anyone, actually.
Really, yes. If you're interested in, the topics of livestock management, crop management, these things that we've talked about, you're more than welcome to come. We all eat, so we're all involved in agriculture, right?
Absolutely. I wonder how much, we talk about how much success that not only women, but men, of course, in this area have had, goes back to having that Lakeland College program.
Yeah.
Oh,
I went
certainly.
To it. I'm an alumni, yes.
Yeah.
I took animal health technology at Lakeland College, and it was fabulous.
Yeah.
Served me well.
I bet it's done for so many people.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely.
quite a very long time, too.
Yeah, exactly. What am I forgetting?
I know, we need to talk about the Artisans Corner.
Yes,
right.
So,
Yes, we should.
you know, in addition to people that are filling the role as producers, there's also a lot of really talented, creative folks in our community. And so we're developing an Artisans Corner, we're calling it. So it could be where you choose, if you've got quite a bit of product, that you could come and showcase and sell, or if you just have a couple of pieces that you'd like to display, we're going to create a corner gallery set
An area where people can see what you have created, and you can sell from there, or you can leave it just to be on display for people to see. Maybe you only have one great piece, but you're trying to build. Let us know. We can come and display that for you.
So you're still looking for?
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
And so we invite anybody that has art or some type.
We have leather work that's going to be there, different things like that.
Just follows the rural Western farm ag theme. And we're really excited about incorporating that component.
Yeah. It's something new, so it's a little bit unfamiliar to us, but we want to develop that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. Kurt.
Absolutely. We'll take a break and be right back. I caught up with Ian Hill earlier this week, and we're going to find out what this mental health advocate is bringing to Lloydminster and a free supper on November the 17th. By the way, I want to make sure we mention Emerge 2025 is November the 20th. We'll be right back.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
Hey, we'll welcome you inside the Lloydminster Exhibition. November the 17th, there is an Empowering Minds Supper here that the Lloydminster Exhibition is partnering with the Lloydminster Regional Health Foundation to present, and Mr. Ian Hill will be the guest speaker. Now, he is doing this presentation of Empowering Minds twice here at the Lloydminster Exhibition, plus he'll be heading out to some schools as well. And we're going to find out why it's called Empowering Minds. And as I mentioned, Ian Hill is a humanitarian, and he's also a mental health advocate who sees mental health as really a big pressure point on communities of all sizes,
yes,
but particularly sizes like Lloydminster. So, Ian, thank you for doing
this. Thank you for having me, and congratulations on the great show.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. We're trying.
So this Empowering Minds initiative is a national initiative all across Canada, and the purpose of the initiative is to reduce suicide in small towns and rural areas. If you live in a smaller community, you're 63% more likely to succumb to suicide than our suburban and urban friends. And if you're part of agriculture, you're 70% more likely. So the three professions that have the highest rates of succumbing to suicide: agriculture, resource-based, so that's gas and oil, mining or timber, and construction. Prevalent all throughout rural Alberta, of course.
Yes.
And so a group of us came together and said, what can we do to reduce this? And here's what we came up with: empower regular people. So what we're going to be talking about that day is, what do we look for? What do we listen for? What do we say? And what do we do if somebody may be having a mental health challenge? The whole strategy, sir, is pretty simple. Let's catch things upstream before they become a downstream crisis. Well, who's best to do that? The nail tech, the hairstylist, the coach, the pastor, the neighbor, the feed sales guy who sees that farmer all the time. These are regular people that we can equip to see the signs, hear the despair or the hopelessness, and then know what to do and how to step in to move that person to help and support.
So what happens at these breakfasts and these suppers?
So the breakfast is for community leaders.
That's right. Yeah.
So we're having a community leaders breakfast to talk about best practices. How do we build a well community? Policies and regulations, and how do we get everyone in the community aligned, from business to faith to governmental sectors to social profit sector? How do we get them aligned to build well human beings? There's a lot of talk about economic development, and that's really important. But you can't have great economic development if the people aren't well. Build well human beings. Then in the evening, free supper, amazing. We're all going to get together, have an amazing meal, and then we're going to do a training. You remember, you and I probably come from about the same era. And we remember when there was an all-out commitment to learning CPR, right? Yep. We're going to stop heart attacks. Because when someone has a heart attack, or start deaths from heart attack. Because when someone has a heart attack, either me or you will have learned CPR and will keep them till help can arrive. This has a similar sense, except we're going to train people to catch it super early before it becomes a crisis. So they're going to come, they're going to have supper, and then we're going to do a fun, engaging training. But then that's not enough. We're then going to stay with them for 30 days after to reinforce the information so that 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road, they'll remember that they can step in that moment of truth and know exactly what to look for, what to listen for, what to say and do. So what's this about? Equipping regular people to take on the biggest challenge we face: mental health issues in small towns and rural areas.
So when we talk about, I remember that big push for everybody's got to learn CPR. Why the big push on mental health now? Like, is it worse now than it has been?
Well,
in the past?
if you look at the numbers, Alberta is high in comparison to the national average of the number of people that are succumbing to suicide, that have depression. Now, collectively, we come out of the pandemic, we're isolated, more isolated than ever before. We've got incredible pressures from the economy. We can all talk about the societal challenges that are being faced, let alone our own difficulties. So yes, there's significantly more pressure to live in small towns and rural areas, significant headwind than ever before. And I also think there's a couple of other things that we haven't taken into consideration. One, there's less of a lack of community. Participation in our faith institutions is on the decline. Participation in our service clubs and paternal organizations on the decline. That support system of family on the decline. So all these guardrails and all these support systems are fractionalized at best. So this is about bringing regular people together to create a sense of community. And here's what I know about a place like Lloyd, because I've been to Lloyd before. And here's what I know about Lloyd. We know how to take care of one another. If you and I heard about a neighbor here in Lloyd that was struck with some kind of tragic disease, we would rally. You would take Mondays and your family would feed that family on Mondays, and I'd take Tuesdays and they would take Wednesdays, and so on. You and I would split up taking their kids to ball or to the rink and the arena or whatever, right?
It happens out every small town.
Every small town. But when we hear somebody having a mental health challenge, nobody calls. Nobody shows up. Nobody talks to that family. We all kind of, no more of that. Let's do what we know how to do. Let's be community. Let's get equipped, and then let the people closest to the problem solve the problem, because their solutions are always better.
The problem is different in small communities. Is the solution different in small communities than it is in bigger centers?
I don't know if the solution is different. I just think it's more readily available. Two solutions that can easily be deployed, in my opinion. One, we still have a sense of neighbor, and we still are self-reliant. So the reason that this is called Empowering Minds is to empower people to take ownership of their own self-care. So that night, we're not only going to be teaching how to be first identifiers, identifying the problem before it becomes a crisis, but we're also going to be talking about my personal self-care. What am I doing to take care of me in a society where there's significant headwind just to live, right? I mean, if we're being honest, right? If we're being honest, there's significant headwind just to get up in the morning and go do what you got to do. From the economic pressures to the societal pressures to all the challenges that we face. So how do we deal with that? We've got to have a self-care plan. So from self-care plan, as the stewardess or flight attendant says, put on your mask first, right? So we put on our mask first, and then we're equipped to take care of others.
So without giving too much away, because I know you're going to be sharing your story that evening.
Sure.
What got you into this and specifically, visiting rural communities?
So I've been in 700 rural Canadian communities over the last 25 years. From Shashashi, Labrador to Hay River in the Northwest Territories, from Salmonar, BC to Crystal Beach, Ontario, and all across Alberta, from Fort Chip to Crow's Nest Pass. There's great people in rural. But this challenge of mental health is significantly more in rural than our urban and suburban areas. So number one, these are my peeps, and something needs to be done. And then number two, I had a mental health challenge. I struggle with mental health issues. I get really depressed. Now, luckily, I've found a way to manage that, kind of keep that under control. But without that daily attention, I have problems, like real problems. Who were the people that were there for me? Alberta farmers. When everybody else stepped away, all the schools that I helped open, orphanages in Africa, the playgrounds that we gave away all across Canada, those people didn't show up. Who showed up? Alberta farmers. So for me, some of this is we got to step up. One of our team members was telling me a story that he had the other day. He was at a tractor equipment lot, and he was talking to the dealer. And the dealer and him were having this conversation. He said, look over there. You see those 3 tractors? Those are from 3 different families where 3 different farmers took their life. And that's why we came up with the phrase, no more empty tractor seats. So whether you're a farmer, whether you're adjacent to farming, or whether you just believe in small town way of life, no more empty tractor seats. No more people taking their own life in small towns, because we should be a community. No one should suffer in silence, and we know how to be there for one another.
The results. You've obviously seen the results as well.
We have. So we launched this, the first community that we beta tested was in Edgerton. Tremendous results. People got equipped, people are sharing. And now, almost a year later, they're doing things like community suppers. They're doing game nights. They're connecting, because isolation is the gateway. It begins with isolation. So get people connected, feel that sense of community. Then we've been in communities in the States as well, in Michigan, in Kentucky, seeing great results. We just got done touring New Brunswick, great results. So it's initial. I can't give you 5 years of data because it's only a year old, right? But the initial results are incredibly positive. People are coming together. People are supporting one another. People who need help are getting it because they feel supported in stepping out, no stigma. And so the initial results are very, very positive.
It's a free event. Is that part of this? Making sure that people who need it come?
And thank you to the Alberta Association of Agricultural Societies and to our sponsor, MCSnet. So MCSnet stepped up and said, we're going to underwrite these events. And so here in Lloyd, in Bonnyville, in Barrhead, we just had an event this past weekend in Lac Bellevue. So yeah, thank you to MCSnet and the Alberta Association of Agricultural Societies for underwriting this all across the province.
You mentioned that you're going to schools as well.
Yes.
Are we seeing it in younger people as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think we all know the challenges of being a young person today are significant. Now in the schools, we're not talking about suicide, but we are talking about resilience. We are talking about how to reach dreams and goals. We are talking about the key elements to be a successful citizen of tomorrow. And what are those? Well, those are intangibles, right? Commitment to purpose, resiliency, how to work together, and how to navigate the challenges of social media and everyday youth life today. And most importantly, that they have value and worth, and that we love them, and that they can make it in these challenging times.
When it comes to the supper, one of the things that, how do we get the people there who maybe don't want other like, it is a small community. Everybody knows their neighbors.
Well, this hasn't.
Somebody comes and says, well, I'm struggling, but I don't want people to know I'm struggling.
So two things. Whether you're struggling or you're not struggling, it's for you. We're not asking people to stand up and say, hi, my name's Ian. Hi, Ian. Right? We're not doing that.
Okay.
We're empowering. So this isn't woe is us, we can't make it. This is, let's take ownership of our own mental health through a great quality self-care plan, and then let's support one another like small towns and rural areas know how to do. We know how to do this. We've done it for generations where we've supported one another when no one else was coming to help us and save us. So I know that the DNA of rural Albertans is strong. Self-reliance, a find a way attitude, not just find a way to make a way, find a way to find a way. So we can take on this challenge. We just need a little bit of tools, some encouragement, and a deep sense of community, and we will lower the suicide rate in rural Alberta, and we will lower depression in rural Alberta.
Ian, is there anything I'm forgetting?
No, man, just be there. And I can't thank you enough. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, just unsolicited, okay? What you're doing is on the tip of the spear because you're connecting community. And all studies show when people feel like they're connected to their community, they're less likely to make a choice they can't come back from. So unbeknownst to you, you're exhibiting one of the best practices. You're giving people a sense of community by telling the stories, by sharing the information. So thank you for all you're doing to build a better Lloyd.
Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Man.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Yeah.
It's November the 17th. Go to lloydx.com if you want the ticket details. There's a QR code that you can scan, and it's going to be a fantastic night, November 17th, with Ian Hill, Empowering Minds, presented by the Lloydminster Exhibition and your Lloydminster Regional Health Foundation. Thanks again, Ian.
All right.
So yes, tickets are available for that. You'll want to attend that. And then we're going to see you at the Home Expo on Sunday. It's a rare Sunday show for us. We'll be at the Gold Horse Casino Convention Center for the Home Business Expo that runs from 10 till 4, and we hope to see you there.